Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be adding these posts in the back as we're getting ready for the upcoming tomatoes that we're going to be planting. I'm going to be doing a time lapse so none of you get bored of watching me doing this for a couple of hours. I'll see you in a few, and with the power of editing, I might go like this and everything's done. Hey, how's it going everyone? It's Gardening with Dave, and today's video, we're going to do a DIY trellis for my garden. Last year we were using that cattle panel that you see against the wall. It worked very well, but this year I actually plan on expanding the garden to dedicate this entire section just for tomatoes. I really enjoy doing vertical growing lately. I noticed that the yields are higher, it's easier to maintain, and you can actually start seeing the fruit as it's coming up rather than having a bush. So um, I'm going to go ahead and be putting a little list of materials that I'll be using today, just so you guys can get a little visual here. In the meantime, go ahead and enjoy this time lapse in the background. Alright, here we go. We got 8 wooden posts. They're about 6 feet tall. My good friend Manuel donated these over to me, so thank you, Manny. I appreciate you, brother. Gardening twine. I'll be using it to ideally trellis the tomatoes as they're growing vertically in the near future. A hammer in order for you to, I guess, hammer it down in the event that you need to level it by a few inches, or if you're trying to have them aligned at a 90-degree angle. A staple gun is what I've been really enjoying lately. I'm going to use that to avoid having to make knots from one post to the other. And I'm using here, the yellow in the background is a post hole digger that is used to burrow trees and put items like a post. If you don't have one, you can use a shovel. It's perfectly fine. And lastly, I went ahead and put a water hose. Why? I had a lot of dry soil in the back. It made it a little challenging in order for me to make my way down. So I'll leave this up for a few more seconds before I move on to the time lapse. In the meantime, go ahead and start looking in the background. You can see the clouds moving, pretty fun. You'll see the sun dimming, but that's not what this video is for. Anywho, so here I'm going to go ahead and I'm just pushing down to the soil so I can see where I'd like to put the post at. As you can see here, I'm struggling. No, I can't pull it out. I went to the garage and brought some snippers in order for me to cut the zip ties. And as I was actually getting the zip ties, I realized, clean as you go. I've learned my lesson too many times that I tell myself I'll take care of it later, and I don't. I showed a little footage there of a little worm that I actually found in my soil. Those are all healthy signs, sharing that they're very happy. They're growing within an environment that they're thriving, and that's the main reason you're going to continue to have more within the garden. After successfully taking down the cattle panel from the back, I'm just going to be continuing using the same techniques. I originally wanted to build something like this, but let's be honest, I don't know what I'm doing, so let's not go to that point. I'm not going for perfection. I do anticipate to have future changes in each season. I want to try new techniques. After almost assembling the last final post here in the back, I'm using the same technique where I'll be using one of the posts to measure the distance, and once I've identified the hole, I'm actually pushing it down to compress the soil. Here, there's really nothing more I can share with you. I'm listening to some audiobooks as gardening does take some time. So you're going to be here for a while. Why not enjoy a nice book along the way? Now that all of the posts are, for my lack of better words, done, I originally started using a measuring tape. My idea was that I wanted to set it pretty consistent all across the board, but I came to a realization the sun's going down and I don't want to be here all day. Next, I move on to using the stapler. As I shared with you guys, I really enjoy this electrical stapler. It avoids you from having to use your hands, later on having some sprain down the line. From here, I was using some snippers as a spacer for me to identify the distance, only to come into realization that I wasn't happy with the results, so I took it all off and started again. After learning that crucial mistake, I went into the garage to find something. And I got myself some flat heads to pull the staples out, work smarter, not harder. And I started adapting using my hand as a measuring tape as I continued from one pull to the other. Um, from here, it's just rinse and repeat. If you guys like to see, look at the sun, it's kind of nice to see how beautiful you're able to see the transitions from the clouds that are continuing to move. And it's really nice because I've never used this time lapse feature, so I hope a few of you are enjoying it. I'm going to go ahead and just fast forward to the final results here. I'm more than happy to do these types of voiceovers, but once again, I'm not sure if you guys enjoy this or not. So drop a comment and let me know if you enjoy this, or if not, I'll try to make these videos a little bit shorter. And there you have it. This is my DIY trellis that we will be using for our tomatoes to thrive this season. This project took about 2.5 hours to complete. Filming, getting those angles, and trying to see if the camera is still in focus. It's been a challenge, but I appreciate all of you who are watching this channel. Thank you again for everyone who's been supportive. I know I haven't been here for quite some time. I apologize in advance. Please subscribe, like, drop a comment, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you, everyone, and have a great night.